Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, usually balanced Bob tears Wade a new one and gets jumped by an intruder. Moopy-making Mark thumps his pole in the bath and catalogues the crushing carnage of creation. Wicked Wade gets double-teamed, gives a PSA on delivery etiquette, and callowly betrays his baldness. From Chapstick Gate to Mr. Villeneuve. Yes! It's time for It's Over, It's Done. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome back to Distractible, your favorite podcast on Earth. My name is Bob. I'm going to be the host today because I won. And that's the rules that we play by. I host, the other two guys who are here will compete, and the winner of this episode will host the next episode. And that means I'm the host because I'm the best, and I won. Anyway, the guys who will be competing to be the next host and second best on the podcast, I think, are Mark and Wade. Say hi, Mark and Wade.
Hi, Mark and Wade.
Hi. Hello, Bob.
I disagree with what both of you chose to do, but I appreciate that Wade followed my instructions. Hi, yes, hello. Are you guys ready to compete?
Yes. Oh, I've never been more ready.
Okay, that's ominous. I have a thing planned, but traditionally we do before.
Cease.
What?
Silence. Host. I'm giving air quotes for those that aren't watching. Host. I'm frantically trying to look up something so I can have an accurate thing to throw in your face.
I'll wait for your insult to load.
No, I'm trying to find on the subreddit because there was history in the making.
Right.
Historical precedent has been set. The system works, and it works for me because I put a poll. On that subreddit about the injustice that occurred in 20 Questions Part 1, or whatever the stupid name it was named.
The extremely fair and good episode. Yeah, I don't recall any injustice.
You mean the one where you couldn't figure out what silverware was?
It wasn't silverware. I figured out what silverware was.
The one where Mark forgot what a fork is and that it can be made of plastic?
No.
Wade had a type of ball and Mark had a type of fork, and somehow Mark's was unfair.
You picked Wade's passion ball, his ball of passion.
You like forks, dude? I've seen you use them all the time.
Bro, you love forks.
I am half Korean. You can practically say that I was born with one chopstick in my hand. I am not a fork man.
Yeah, the other one had a fork because you're half German.
I don't know what they use in Germany. If it's forks, damn them.
It's definitely forks. Germans are big forkers.
That's true. Yeah, they're huge forkers. But Bob, you lost. I threw a red flag on the play, and for the first time in Distractible history, the audience, the viewership, the listenership, those elegant people were on my side in a landslide. All of them agreed. Almost all of them. A vast majority. Plastic fork was not fair, especially given the circumstances of the answers that Bob was giving, somehow saying that Wade's could be metal at some point.
No, I see, but that was a thing where I originally said it could be metal, but I was like, that doesn't make sense. And then I said it's not metal because basketballs aren't made of metal. I corrected it in a way that made sense. This is the thing. This is the thing that gets me. Subreddit, all of you in the comments were like, oh, Bob said this. Oh, Bob said that. You didn't even listen to the goddamn episode because I didn't say any of that shit. People were just making stuff up to take Mark's side. That people were putting words in my mouth that I never uttered.
Either way, the plastic fork was injustice, and therefore I invoke Article of the Distractible Constitution to spin the wheel of fairness.
Oh, God, I forgot that was a thing. God, I hate that that's called Bob's one-man show with no W.
Oh, shit.
What we decreed was that just because injustice occurred does not necessarily mean that the entirety of the episode must be overturned, even though the entirety of the win kind of hinged on this one thing because we only had one.
It really didn't. You just really sucked at 20 questions. I know that because I hosted one too.
And I won.
No, you were terrible at it.
My win was awful. I remember.
Disgusting.
It's fair because I now have a 47% chance to get that win back. It's not guaranteed. We're throwing it to fate. And fate decrees that it's not all in my hands. It's just a chance that it's my win. But also, it could still be Wade's win because fate might decide that.
Yeah, I gotta say, when you loaded it in, you don't even have to spin it because it's already declared what it wants.
I haven't spun it.
It already done been spun.
No, it hasn't. I think actually it defaults to Bob's one-man show when I first loaded in here. So
Let's not do that. No, pass.
Well, if that's the case, why is it on Wade Wins?
Do you want me to reload the page? I'll reload the goddamn page. Okay, there we go. Is that better? All right, so if for the people that are only listening, it's a circle. You're not missing out on much. It's a circle. 47% of it says Mark wins. 47% of it says Wade wins. And 6%, as decreed by the Constitution, says Bob's one-man show, as written by Mark and Wade.
And so what was the deal for that? You two write a one-man show for me that I then have to perform as like a bonus episode?
Yeah.
How long does that have to be?
I don't know, like 30 minutes.
Oh, God. We'll see about that.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's just like a solo Let's Play without the game.
Am I obligated to perform it well?
No.
We don't done anything well.
Well, hey, speak for yourself. Come on now.
I am.
Are you prepared to let fate render judgment upon? It would be really anticlimactic if all this happened just for Wade to get the win and nothing happened.
I know, we didn't really think that through, did we?
Cue the music.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, maybe the editors. Leave that to the editors.
Oh, got it.
I'm going to spin this wheel and fate shall decide what happens in 3, 2, 1.
I don't like how it lags on our end.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
I mean, yes, but it was right there.
God, it's like a pixel away from the one-man show happening. Oh, no. I mean, yes. Yay. Hooray. Mark is vindicated and everything's good and no one has to do a one-man show.
I feel like I got screwed here. I still won, nah.
You already have a win. Calm down.
Oh, it was right there. Oh, man. I win, though. Justice has been served, but oh, man. Fate wanted you to know, Bob, that you're on thin ice.
Yeah, that was a warning shot across the bow.
Well, I guess next time I don't know a simple household object, I'll just protest too.
Well, you have 2 flags, so...
Oh, I didn't actually buy any.
No, you got them for free. I'm out of flags until the next season.
When's the next season?
Next year.
Yeah, it's like annual.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Or it's actually biannual, so maybe whenever we get on a boat, I think is when the season ends. And the next time we're all on a boat.
The boat's the bipedal episode or something. It's by something.
I thought you were the one who knew the word bipedal.
I do. We have to stand on the boat.
Good job, Mark. A win for you, sir.
Thank you very much. Add that to my total. Da-ding. And take it from, take it from Wade.
I don't think so.
Yes. You have to subtract 1 from him and give it to me. It's a net 0 win count. It's a net Wade, you're a 0 count.
I didn't screw up, man. Why would I lose a win?
Because fate just gave me the win back.
You're the one who didn't know what a fork was. You got your win. Just be happy.
You didn't even know what a basketball was. Why are you pretending like you had any better luck in that episode?
I believe I won that episode by knowing what a basketball was.
You did win that episode. That's true.
Anyway, fate is decreed. Bob, you're on thin ice. Wade, you lose a win. I get a win. And the episode continues.
Respin.
Nah, I'm good. I have never been more terrified of anything on this show than of that wheel spin.
Was there any clause to increase the chance after the next?
No, but we can do whatever we want. I mean, the Constitution. What is a Constitution anyway?
I feel like the next successful flag should have 1% more chance for that one-man show.
Ah, fuck, double it.
It's 12%. Yeah, what are the odds it'll be you again in the hot seat?
Since we're talking about past episodes and people getting screwed over, I just want to put this out there. You've all made a terrible mistake. In Wade's 20 question episode, I rose quite a stink about the idea of chapstick being a container, and then the subreddit talked it over and it's seemingly unanimously agreed that somehow Wade's answer was correct, that chapstick is not a container. And I just want to I dare you to show me chapstick that's not in a container. I dare you to go to a store and buy me some chapstick that's not just a plastic tube. I think that is the most outrageous bullshit. And I just want to say, you've all made a mistake.
Well, chapstick's in a container. It's not a container.
The item called chapstick is a container filled with lip balm. The container is an equal partner in what the item is. If I gave you a handful of lip balm, you wouldn't be like, oh, chapstick. You'd be like, what the fuck is this? Why'd you take the chapstick out of its container? I can't use that. That's disgusting.
You ask weird questions. It was a weird question. I gave you the best answer on the fly that I could, okay? I'd be like, is it medical? And you'd be like, yeah or no. You're like, would you say that it spins? It's like, well, you fucking could spin it.
The question I asked is it a container? And you were like, well, yeah, no, yeah, no.
Hey, you know what I did? I shared all of my responses and your questions with Mark, and Mark's like, yeah, I think you did it well.
Yeah, of course you did. Great. Excellent.
I am not going to say anything about this except that I kind of agree with Bob.
You literally agreed with me during the episode.
Post-actively. What, you want to throw a flag about that? You do it.
It's unflaggable. You can no longer challenge the offense.
Plus, the subreddit already declared that I was right.
You know, it's the damnedest thing, Wade. We went out to eat the other night, and I sat down, and the waiter was like, what do you want to drink? And I was like, Diet Coke. Son of a bitch just came and poured Diet Coke all over the table. And he was like, you didn't say in a glass.
If I said that, if the option was Coke, and you said, is it a container? You would say, yes, Coke is a container?
I would say it comes in a container. I would say a container is a crucial part of it. You cannot buy Coca-Cola that doesn't come in a can or a bottle of some sort.
Even if you get Vaseline, it does still come in a container. So he's kind of, the container is implied.
It comes in a container. It is not itself a container, which was the question.
The item of chapstick does not exist if there is no container. You know, it's the damnedest thing, Wade. We ordered DoorDash for dinner the other night, and I was like, give me some fajitas. And Mandy wanted like a quesadilla, and they just dumped a pile of Mexican food right on the porch.
Now we're getting into cannoli territory. We cannot say there's a difference between containers and cannolis, and a fajita is basically a flat cannoli, and we can't do anything with it.
A fajita in a bag? Is it a super cannoli?
No. I mean,
That's just
no. The fajita is basically a cannoli.
Right, but a fajita in a bag would be a cannoli in a cannoli.
No, it's just cannoli in a bag.
Yeah, it's cannoli in a bag. It's cannoli in a taco, really, honestly.
Well, technically every fucking thing could be in a container. Then I want bag of house. My house is also in a container.
Not things that can be in a container. Things that always come in a container. The container is an important part of it.
The chapstick thing, it is a fancy container with a built-in mechanism to extrude things from.
I got it. Bob doesn't know what lip balm is. I'll never use it again.
If you ever ask me for anything that's supposed to come in a container, Wade, and you don't specify that you also want the container that's not part of the item you asked for, God help you. You better not ask me to bring you any body wash or lip balm. You better be careful what you say. That's all I'm throwing out there.
Got it.
I'm not upset about this. I've just been thinking a lot about it and think you're going to rue the day.
I was upset during the episode because every question you asked was fucking annoying as hell because I didn't know how to answer it. It was like 20 questions. It was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm fucking presenting my thesis. Just ask if it's medicine.
I've never had you two going at each other. It's always been me. And finally, the rift.
Yeah, no, you're the one that threw the flag and almost put Bob on the spot. I'm the one under assault.
If it's medical, and you were like, kind of.
I need to rewatch this episode. I feel like I gave great answers.
No, see, this is fine. You're just trying to get me worked up. I'm not going to fall for your trap.
Also, are you still hosting? Didn't Mark just like usurp a win?
I think it's just the win goes in my bucket. There's a season champion, so the win numerically is important. Wait, you won last season. Do you not remember that?
I did? Oh, hell yeah, dude. I can't think of anyone more deserving.
Anyway, so I think before Mark started all of this, I was about to say, we usually do small talk first.
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
You guys got any small talk? Anything?
I forgot we were recording. I thought we were just chatting. I forgot we were live this whole time.
I'll let Wade go first.
Oh, I would love to go first before he talks for like half an hour about his dumb lenses or his movie or whatever. I got stuff too.
Yeah, Mark's definitely going to talk about lenses today. That's what's on his mind.
This whole episode's been about Mark so far. It's not been Wade central enough.
All right.
I don't know what happened recently. I had a great Mother's Day. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, did you get the praise you deserve?
I got none, which is probably fair because I don't think I'm a mom. Okay, here's a question for you boys. Because this is something I talked about with Molly, and I was like, do we wish everyone we know that's a parent a happy Mother's Day? Or is it like, do you keep it like close family? Because I was like, I was going to reach out to like Mandy and Addie and like all these people. I was going to be like, I should say happy Mother's Day. And Molly's like, I think you just say that to like close family. And I was like, do you? So do you guys wish like everyone a happy Mother's Day or like just your mom and maybe like a grandparent?
I think for me, it's anything beyond like a text, or if you happen to see someone just being like, hey, happy Mother's Day, you're a mom, happy Mother's Day. Anything beyond that, like sending a card or a gift, is too much.
Okay, do you text all your friends that are moms?
I did not, but like if I was talking to someone, I would be like, oh, it's Mother's Day, yeah, happy Mother's Day. I mean, we were talking about other stuff.
Yeah, that's fair, but you don't reach out to
I wouldn't like go reach out to specifically talk to them.
Because I was going to, Molly's like, I don't think that's normal, and I was like, is it not? Because I'm a social person, so I just over socialize, I guess.
It really sounds funny if you would have done that. I wish you would have, because I would want to know what people's responses would be.
I've done it before. They're just like, oh, thank you.
But also if it's like you just text your friends, like, I think about you being a mother. You're a mother in my eyes, and I'm honoring you today.
I text people I don't even know, like text my ex, like happy Mother's Day.
That child is of your womb and is fed of your bosom, and I think about it often.
Yes.
It fills me with joy to think about your child and you and how you're a mother.
May you have a bountiful existence as a mother, the only definition of you in my mind. Congratulations.
No, I don't think, if you had done that, I don't think that would be weird, but I think that's like the maximum extent. And I think not wishing people out, like in your friend group, happy Mother's Day is perfectly fine. I don't think anyone is sitting there like, how the fuck is Wade not gonna text me happy Mother's Day on the one day a year?
As the main character, I feel like people want me to.
You feel like they really need that from you because it means so much.
I did have a funny interaction that we ordered food on Mother's Day and had it delivered because long story short, we ended up cooking over at my mom's house. We did delivery. The person who delivered the food, it was a mom and a daughter. And so I was like, oh, well, happy Mother's Day. Whenever I took the food, she's like, oh, thank you. Happy Mother's Day. And I was like, thank you. It was that thing like where you're good on the airplane, have a safe flight. You too. Because she said happy Mother's Day back to me. And I was like, do I laugh, thank, nod? How do I respond? Because I'm not a mommy.
That would have been a good response. You should have gone with that.
I've always been, it's like it's your mother, so you would honor your mother on such a day. I've never really thought of it like
honor is a strong word, but
wait, wait.
I feel like honor is a good word for it. Why is that too strong of a word?
I guess it's the perfect word for it.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty good. It's pretty spot on, probably.
Well, I guess from your perspective of texting your friends who are mothers, if you texted them, I honor you this Mother's Day, yeah, that would be a little strange.
Next Mother's Day, Mandy better be ready. Everyone better be ready. The text.
Don't even include context. Just send a big group text that just says, I honor you. All of you. What? You know what day it is. I honor you today.
I shall bow before the sun 100 times for each of you today.
I'll do like upcoming event, I honor you day.
Wade has invited you to his iCalendar event honoring you.
I mean, honestly, that'd be pretty cool. I'd go. Can I go?
I'll get some like teal carpet to roll out.
When is Friendship Day? When do we get honored?
By decadal, I think.
By decadal, actually, is what it's really called.
Where's decadal? On the stove?
Is this the pot calling decadal black?
For those who aren't watching, Mark looked very sad when Wade said that out loud.
No, I was laughing. What do you mean? No, I was laughing.
Your head went down. You were all...
No, I was chuckling to myself. What do you mean? Just because I'm in a tub doesn't mean I'm sad.
He laughed, but he was sad that he laughed because he doesn't like laughing at my jokes.
No, I was laughing. I had a good time.
An inch from your microphone, chuckling so quiet no one could hear it.
Editors, push the gain on my... You'll hear...
It's like those crunchy memes. It's just more like...
Exactly. It's there.
It's actually the Freddy Fazbear chuckle.
Okay, all right, whatever.
The other small update I had was this is more of a don't do this. If you work at a place where your job is to go to people's houses for, I don't know, repair, lawn care, installation, delivery, double check the address, especially if it's going to be, I don't know, in the middle of the night or first thing, 7:30 in the morning or whatever else. And even if you get it wrong, mistakes happen. Whenever an owner answers a door, looks like he just woke up and is very confused about your presence, and you say you're there to install or turn something on, and they're like, I don't even own that. Your response shouldn't be, well, you must, 'cause I'm supposed to be here. It should be, oh, I must have made a mistake, and you double check your address, because I had someone show up at my door at 7:30 in the morning, and I was very confused, having only been asleep for a couple of hours, and they were like, yeah, I'm here for such and such, and I was like, we don't have that here. And they're like, oh, well, it says here you do. Well, something's wrong, because we do not. So I don't think you're coming into my house, sir. Get away. And he fought me on it for a few minutes. Well, probably like 20 seconds. It felt like a few minutes. But like, instead of just admitting he might have made a mistake, he was like convinced, no, I'm here for you're the one who's wrong. And I was like, do you have the wrong address? Nope, this is the way place it took me. And I gave him my address. He's like, that's not right. I was like, that's crazy, isn't it? And then he left. Why would you argue with a homeowner that says that you're not supposed to be at their house?
Look, people are stupid. They don't know. People don't even know their addresses anymore. They don't. You can't trust them.
The dude knocked, rang the doorbell, like he rang the doorbell, and before the doorbell was even done ringing, he was knocking, and it's like, dude.
Oh, you know what? I will say I don't understand people that do that. I get it where it's like you ring the doorbell, you don't hear anything, maybe you knock and see if that. But people where it's like the doorbell and the knocking start simultaneously, and it's multiple doorbells. Like I get you're here to do a job or whatever, but that's rude. Is that not rude?
The man's sitting there like,
I'm with you on that. That's I don't like that. Don't do that. Knock politely. Right, Mark?
Absolutely.
Well, that's good small talk. Since nothing else is going on, you guys want to move on to the topic of the episode? Or?
Yeah, what's the topic?
Wait!
Oh, Mark, what happened with you? Something?
I have news. I did it.
You
used the toilet?
I'm in the tub for that. I did it.
You made a poopy?
You ate soupy?
You went out to lunch with Snoopy?
You agree that chapstick isn't liquid, it's goopy?
Chica had a poopy that was gloopy?
You're tired, so you're feeling a little loopy?
Yes, all of this is true.
You watched an episode of Snoopy?
He already said Snoopy.
You had to run away in public from a groupie?
No, haven't had that, no.
Your little nosy got a boopy?
I made a movie.
It doesn't rhyme, it's a near rhyme.
All right, okay. I made a moopy.
Hey, Moopy!
Hey! I did it! Well, okay, so, all right, here, before I get ahead of anything, there's a little more.
Are you in the final stretch of something, or?
No, it's like, there's a little more to do. This is the final stretch, guys. But my part in sprinting at it is done. I did it.
For now?
Yeah, well, technically, for now, but I did it.
Does it feel good? Are you happy?
Yes, actually, it feels really, really good.
Can you share like a title of the movie or anything with us?
Oh, yeah, big spoiler, guys. Hold on to your hats. Everyone, keep this to yourselves. Iron.
How do you pronounce it? Iron?
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird? How do you pronounce it?
Iron.
Iron.
Iron over here, Mr. Pirate.
You Ron, me Wade.
Iron. It's Iron Lung.
You would know. You made the movie about it.
Oh man, I wish I could talk about like a bunch more stuff around it too, because there's been some hilarious calls of brand integrations. There's been some really funny calls I've had over the past couple days and last week.
Just in the middle of the movie, it's just like Diet Coke.
Oh man, not quite like I wanted to do something like that for space.
Is it Truman Show like where you're like in the middle of like some action scene? You're like, oh shit, if only I had Band-Aids.
I choose Band-Aid brand because Band-Aids stick on me.
For in space, I wrote a sponsored universe. There was going to be a choice that led to the sponsored universe, and it was going to have all of these brand deals in it, and everything fell through. Like, it didn't work. No one wanted to do it. They like, where was it in it? And I'm like, it's buried in like the 16th layer. Oh, I don't know, I don't know about that.
Dude, that people would have sought that out. If as soon as someone found that, they would have posted online and been like, "Wait, there's a sponsored one." What? And everyone would have been like, "I have to see this." And would have done that, would have made the map, and everyone would have looked.
It would have been very funny. It would have been very funny. But no, this isn't stuff in the movie. It's stuff like, movie integration in other things.
Yeah.
So just some very funny calls. I can't talk about any of it, but it's like I had to call David, the developer of the game, immediately after I got the call, and I was like, "What do you think of this idea?" And he all I heard was laughing on the other end. But then at the end of it, he was like, it's so dumb. I think it circles back around to being awesome. And I was like, I think I'm in the same boat. So I have officially finished my main part in getting the movie to the end, which is I've been doing basically every part, or I've been involved in every part.
There were a lot of words in there that remind me of like legal things, where like a lawyer's giving an argument, what they call like weasel words. We're like, I have done most of my main part for getting this movie kind of near the end.
I'm just trying to say that I'm not trying to take credit for everything, right? Because there's over 100 people that have put like their time and their sweat.
I've not heard a single name other than you. David. Shout out to David.
Yeah, I mentioned David. So yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That was literally another name he just said in like the previous paragraph.
Yeah, I know. I amended my laughter.
Well, anyway, there's a ton of people that have put a lot of work in, but a lot of people have been like curious why I've been so busy in this. And I'll give a little explanation of this, as in like, let's just say the past week, right? So for the past week, as I've been gearing up for what I do all the time, which is cast and crew screening, which I show them a version of the movie as soon as it's like, well, I've done this for Heist and In Space, but I haven't done it for obviously a movie. So this was like the first version where I could finally step back and look at it as a whole and be like, that is the complete story. It still needs polish, and there's still like some VFX shots that need to get up there, but this has everything in it. And then for the final version, it will be an optimized version of this version, right? So that's what I was gearing up towards. Every day leading up to it for the past week has been, well, pretty much the same as every day before that, which is I wake up at 6, I fix up some edits that I needed to do for the night before, I get some files ready for handoff, I get into the office at like 9:30, the post-production house, I start handing off to the editor on site who's doing the conform cut, and then I get them the files they need. I have to drag my entire raw hard drive array, bringing up hard drives again, but this was important because I needed to learn about that to be able to manage the 120 some terabytes of footage and things that needed to go with this. I disassemble it every day from my house. I bring it to the office, reassemble everything, get it all set up. I have already copied the files over that need to be copied, hand them off to the dude. By 10:30, I can finally get a cup of coffee, and then I go into sound mixing with Brad to go through the story. And if you guys know anything about sound mixing for these projects, Brad is an Emmy award-winning sound mixer. He is a professional of the utmost degree, and he's a really cool guy. His name is Brad Engelking. He's just like super solid, really talented, and down to earth, and has been like really instrumental in making this sound amazing. He has over 1,000 layers of sound in his Pro Tools session. Like, and that's not even the most that could be in a movie. But he works like with thousands of layers. His computer does crash all the time. So he has to deal with that, but that's on him. And then we go through every sound. We have to go through every single one. That will take me, unless I have to step out, which every day I do, to help with conform stuff, give other notes, VFX things, talk with other people. That will take us until about 7 o'clock. Then at the end of the day, I know what I needed to change from there to get him what he didn't have because some things have fallen through. I take that home. I work on that until I pass out at 10. Wake up at 6, get at it all over again. So that's the usual schedule. Last week has been, especially the past 3 days, I was supposed to fly to LA on Saturday.
It's Tuesday for those watching.
It's Tuesday, yes. I was supposed to fly to LA on Saturday for the A100, which is the Asian Pacific Islanders like event. It's like the top 100 or something, most influential. I was on the list, or I was at least adjacent to the list. I actually don't know because I didn't go. I didn't end up going because on Friday night we were late. It was 1 a.m. Because we were sprinting to the finish. And we'd been mixing all day, and Brad was running into some trouble. And so I was looking at it and I was like, man, I guess I probably shouldn't go. I really wanted to go, but I couldn't go because there was so much left to do. So it was like, we were like really going, and he doesn't usually come in on weekends, but I asked him if he could, and he was very nice. And he said he could, because we needed a few more hours. I don't go, I get up at 4 a.m., start working on the stuff. He gets in at 9 and we're going through the day. And then he renders out the sound for the screening. And it's like, okay, this is good. We're good. Everyone's happy. So we watch it back because I want to watch it to make sure everything is working right. At 9:30 at night, we realize that the entire third act has no sound effects, has no music, and has only my dialogue in it. And so it's weirdly, it was still enjoyable to watch, but there was quite a lot missing. So I text Brad at 10 o'clock at night, and we're jumping around taking notes as we go. And I asked if he could come in the next day, and he does. And we know some more fixes. And so we get out of there from watching and touching up everything at 2 a.m. I get up at 4. I start working on the tweaks. I get them in, and then I think the showing was at like 5, and I walk out of TBD on the way to the theater at 4:15 p.m. And so I got there, and then even at the theater, I fucked up the settings. So there's 10-bit video and there's 8-bit video. I've played the whole movie in 8-bit, and it was really dark. I just felt so stupid, all that work. It felt so stupid. Like everyone at the post house was like, you gotta make sure you use this thing, the setup, we set it all up for you perfectly. And I get there, and it's like, and I'm so late there that I don't have time to test anything. So I get there, and I just like, I hear sound, and I'm like, okay, perfect. I don't look at the screen. And the theater guy, does it look right? And I go like, yeah, it's fine.
It was an audio only movie.
I get up in the middle, in the first 5 minutes, and I get the microphone because cast and crew, it's like, it's not, they all know who I am. And I go like, I'm so sorry. Can I please try fix this? It's not supposed to be that dark. I could hear like the DP Phil was just like, no, he screwed up the color. It's so dark. We haven't even done the color pass. I was just like, Phil, I promise it's not that dark. I promise. And I couldn't fix it. So I was just like, is it okay that it's dark? And everyone's like, it's fine.
May I fast forward a little bit in your story to Monday, whenever Bob, I don't know if you want to take over, but you texted Mark.
Yeah, well, so you weren't in Austin, were you, Wade?
No, so you and I were both invited to the screening, but Mother's Day made it a little bit complicated because Mother's Day is when the screening was, and it was like, well,
and we had both Manny's and my parents over, and it was a nice Mother's Day. We had a good time, but I felt bad because I know you've been literally working on this for years, and so on Monday, late in the morning, like I didn't sleep in or what, I texted you casually, and I was like, hey man, I'm sure the screening went well. Just like, congrats, you did it. You finally have like some time for yourself for a minute. So I hope that's good. Something like that, something casual, just to be like, hey, congrats. And the core of it was like, I know the screening went well. I'm sure it was awesome. And it sort of took a minute. And then at one point, Mark texted back, and let me pull it up so that I don't misquote anything here. I say what I said, and Mark goes, yeah, it didn't. It's great to have the weight off the shoulders for now. And I text back, oh, no, it didn't? Like, oh, dude, crap. That exchange happened at like 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, 10
a.m. is whenever you said, oh, no, it didn't.
At 1:30, Mark texts back several hours later and is like, oh, it did. That's a weird autocorrect. And Wade's immediate text was like, oh my God, I was trying to figure out what to say to that.
Dude, I was sleeping. I woke up to my phone buzzing at whatever it was, 10 a.m. And I read the exchanges like, sure, the screening went well. And I read, yeah, it didn't. Great to have the weight off the shoulders for now. I was like, oh, fuck.
It really did, because even though it was dark, it was fine. It wasn't that dark. The difference between like the shadows were just a little like super dark, but you could still see most of everything. And all the cast and crew loved it. It went great. I was super happy to do that. And I was able to see it in full context, step away from it a bit and look at it and be like, okay, I know what the polish that it needs is now, but at least it's so much easier to polish from a working, like it's all there kind of deal than still try to get in there with a surgical knife. And it did go well, but I was helping like my editors who came into town move out of the Airbnb in the interim there. So it's like, I texted that like, yeah, it did. Great to have that off my shoulders for now. And then I was like, I gotta go work. How did it autocorrect to didn't? That is a complete reversal of the intention of my message.
I don't know, but I woke up to the text, and I woke up and I was like, dude, I am too like out of it to respond. Oh no, what do I say? And then I woke up a couple hours later because my sleep schedule's been whack lately because the animal, whatever, long story. Woke up later and I was like looking at it again. I was like, okay, how do I console, like encourage? And I'm thinking this through, like, how do I want to word this?
Several years of his life built up to this moment.
Yeah. And the casual dismissal of just, yeah, it didn't. I was like, he was just so like blunt. Is he okay? Like, do I offer to go down there? What do I do? And then you're like, oh, it did. That's a weird autocorrect. And I was like, my brain was trying to wrap around that just flip of like hours of like pondering what to say to you. And it was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it was so good because no one's seen any of this, and still it's not ready. But the cast and crew, they were there and they were able to like give me their thoughts, and really like all of them were super ecstatic to see it come together finally, and to like see the visual effects in there and all of the. Even though I told them like there's still a little bit left to go, they were like, I didn't notice anything even missing. So it's super cool. It's really good, and the final version will be even better. I'm so glad to be at this point. It's been a lot of work, like a lot of work, and I can go into the nitty gritty later. I'll probably do a video on my channel talking about it in deeper, but yeah, it's over.
Well, I'm glad it went well, because I don't know how Bob felt, but I was like, dude, he just casually dismissed years of his life's work. Just like, yeah, didn't go well, but I'm done with it.
No, yeah, I was a little concerned about that. I wasn't sure. I was ready for some long phone calls or. No, it's good. It went well. That's good.
Except for my fuck ups in the video, but it's fine. I did feel bad that it got to Mother's Day because it was originally that Saturday, but then I got an email the day after I was like, it's going to be this day. Hey, you're going to be on the list for the A100. And I'm like, fuck. Sunday, and then I didn't even go for the reason that but I needed that extra day because of the whole.
But you needed Saturday, so
I did need Saturday.
Imagine if you had it on Monday, you could have had your 10-bit and everything.
Just keep pushing it back. You'll have everything if you just keep waiting.
Well, the final, when it goes to everyone, it'll have everything because I won't be running it off of my laptop. That's what that'll be.
Well, you say that, but I hope you have to go to every theater that wants to play it. And you're like, oh God, here, what do you want?
You think I would have learned by this point now? I've so many theaters left with tears, just so disappointed.
Is this how they do movies? You have to fly to every theater and play it from your laptop?
Yep, that's true. Movie magic, man. Movie magic.
I feel really bad for seeing Avatar twice. James Cameron must have hated me.
Yeah, the Dune man, Mr. Dune, was really pissed off at me. Oh, I couldn't believe it.
Is he like in my attic when I watch it at home, or how does that work?
Yeah. He has to make that sound. He has to climb up there and Dennis Villeneuve. Villeneuve.
I don't know.
I gotta say though, before I forget, I looked up Brad. Brad he's got a lot of accolades. I wish I wasn't bald for the first time in many years because I love his hair. The way I would recreate his hairdo is I would get a balloon and rub it on my head and like. If he's got like this wild hair look, but like it works.
What? I feel like this is kind of a backhanded compliment. I'm like, don't you dare.
Well, it's not meant to be. I'm just saying the picture that came up is like him with like a dress shirt looking, and his hair is just like all over the place on top, but like it works.
His Emmy pick is pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
And I could never figure out what to do with my hair because I have weird hair whenever I had hair. But like that look works for him. It wasn't meant to be backhanded, but it's like that messy, but like.
But it was.
Well, you guys took it that way. Brad, I know you're a big watcher of the show. It was just a compliment. There were no hands.
Yeah, Brad only listens to good audio. I don't think he probably. No, that's an insult to our editors. Wait, I meant that as an insult to like what we're doing. No, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Not even content. You just insulted the editors.
Listen, he's got an Emmy.
We were in an Emmy losing work. Yeah.
I don't think that's how they phrase that, Wade. I think it's an Emmy nominated work.
No, we have a title of an episode that's literally the Emmy losing episode. You guys already did it. You can't take it back now.
Holy Jesus.
Oh.
A spider just jumped out of my somewhere to in front of me.
Somewhere. I thought you said your sunwear. And I was like, you have like a sun hat?
Like literally, I was looking at my desk and just out of nowhere was just like, whew, and now there's a spider on my desk. Hey, bro. Hey.
Wow, we have 2 guest episodes this year. Spider, how are you doing? You want to be on the show? Hey, arachnophobia warning for those out there who don't like spiders in case it kills Bob.
Hang on.
Can you like trap it in something, run it outside or throw it out a window?
I'm trying to trap it, but I don't want it to touch me. Hey, Mr. Spo. Hey, no, don't go over there. Oh, you're a jumping fellow.
I think this episode of our podcast is going to win us an Emmy. Can you get an Emmy for an episode of a show like this?
Oh, no. God, hell no.
Maybe. Oh, God.
What happened?
Oh, he jumped away. Son of a bitch.
Well, if it's a little jumping spider, it's not going to hurt you.
But I don't like it. I know that it's not going to hurt me, but if it touches me, I'm going to... Also, I spilled liquid on my desk. Where the hell did you go, you son of a bitch?
Oh, man. I didn't tell you guys. 2 weeks ago, you know, I've been doing everything from my MacBook, right? 2 weeks ago, I spilled Red Bull on it.
Oh.
And the keyboard, the whole right side of the keyboard is completely sticky. Like every button, you press it and it comes up like a second later. I have not had time to fix it. It has been just the biggest nightmare.
Well, you learned your lesson in Drunk Minecraft. You always keep an extra keyboard around.
I had to go buy an external one, but sometimes I don't have space to do it, so I have to live. Oh man, the last 2 weeks have just been so crazy.
Sounds like it's been fun.
If you could relive the last 2 weeks all over again, would you do it?
If I had to, yeah, of course.
Would you want to?
Kinda. Let's see. Okay, this is the thing. I love the times when you're working on something that you have to put, and you have all the momentum to put everything into it. I love being in that situation. It's not what I would call fun in the moment. Losing sleep is not fun, but it's satisfying to know that you're doing everything you can. You're putting every fart. It's every fart of it. It's the flow state. Right? It's the fart flow state. God, man, that was about to be profound, and I ruined everything.
No, I like the way you took the direction you went with that. That was interesting.
We went from Emmy-nominated speech to Emmy losing right there.
Every single fart of it.
But there is something magical about that. It is nice. You know, speaking of Emmy, Brad last week, he grabbed his Emmy because they have it in the office. It's in the shelf outside. But he grabs it.
I thought he just brought it to edit, like, see guys, I won.
Yes, exactly. He brought it in at midnight because we were up there late, and he slams it on the desk and he's like, all right, I can do this. And he just keeps looking at it. And he's like, all right, yeah.
Come on, Mr. Emmy, give me your juice.
He told me this story about there was someone else who won an Oscar for sound editing, and every time like he was working with someone and they gave him a note, and he would turn to not him, but someone else. I'm not gonna name. I don't even remember the name. He would turn to his Emmy and he'd go like, I don't know. What do you think? No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know who that was.
I'm deeply uncomfortable. Can I just reiterate that?
Yeah, you want to take care of that?
I can't find it. It jumped away into my desk area, and I'm not saying my desk is messy, but I am saying that I lost the spider.
Is it because your desk is messy?
It might be. Okay, you know what? He's fine. He doesn't want to mess with me. It's fine. I'm fine.
Until you're not.
You know what? We did the whole episode of Small Talk anyway, so unless anyone else has important things to talk about, we can just end it here so that I can burn my office down.
Oh no, I got plenty of things to talk about to keep you from getting that spider out.
Oh, okay. What's going on with you, Wade? Is it good?
Oh, I defer my time to Mark. Mark, talk some more.
Oh, I mean, I got tons to talk about if you guys want me to. I'll talk about my kind of exploration into starting to do visual effects myself. That's something I've been doing, and also learning about the nightmare that is trying to render things. Yeah, it's really boring, but
Is it rewarding?
Not that part yet, but it will be someday. Are you okay?
He just really wants to end the episode so we get rid of the spider, which is why I'm drawing it out.
There's a little spider somewhere around here. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Just a little jumping. They're very cute. Do you know those spiders are very cute?
It's fine. It's fine. If he jumps on me and then bites me, I won't be mad at you for saying that he's cute. He's not one of those like really funny dancing jumping spiders that people keep as pets. He's just like a little brown jumpy bitch spider.
Bob, I sympathize with you. Whether a spider is good or not, I do not want it in my office, in my house, near me. It could be outside, like on the porch is fine. You can have a web like in the tree in the front yard. That's fine. As soon as it's in my house, it is my enemy.
You're doing Blender and whatnots, and it was what were you doing? Video effects?
Yeah, a little bit of Blender, Unreal. It's starting to look into Houdini. Houdini is like the industry standard for certain types of simulations and a lot of final effects. It's a very, it's not casual software. Let's just say that. It's not meant to be used like in a very, try this out kind of way. I mean, you could do that obviously, but it's meant for huge simulations, and like it's meant to be expanded, and its licensing kind of costs an arm and a leg.
You should try Penn and Teller. It's a bit more modern.
Even David Copperfield.
This is me sad, not laughing.
That's what you looked like when you laughed, and it was just as quiet.
No, I wasn't. All right, whatever. I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bob, can I have a sympathy point for agreeing with you?
I already gave you. All right. You know what? We'll go through the points now.
Oh, you actually kept track of points.
I have to, or I'm going to get the goddamn wheel again, aren't I? I fucking better keep track of points. Nothing puts the fear of God into you like watching a wheel spin where a chunk of it says Bob's one-man show written by Mark and Wade. Yeah, I wrote down points and explanations that probably make sense and everything.
Man, fate really knew what it was doing when it was that close to giving you the one-man show.
Anyway, I do want to say I had a topic for this episode, but I had a sort of a side rule, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to this episode anyway. It's sort of a tiebreaker situation, but we'll get to that if we need it.
Oh, it means we tied. Mark, hell yeah.
Wade, you gained points for living in the wrong house, other stuff, ignoring Mark's sadness, David, complimenting Brad's hair, and commiserating with me about the spider, which gives you a grand total of 6 points for today's episode.
Sounds like a lot for this. This is a small talk.
Mark, you got 2 points for making a movie.
Oh, sweet.
You made a movie. It's worth 2 points on this podcast, Mark. So I hope it was worth it. You got a point for sounds. You got a point for confusing texts. You got a point for ignoring your heritage and staying in Texas to work on your movie. You lost a point for insulting our editors, but you gained another point for Red Bull on the movie. And then you gained the last point that you gained was wrote down blended Houdinis. Oh, because of the blender. Yeah, no, sure. Which leaves you, Mark, with a grand total of 6 points. Look at that. We do need the tiebreaker. So there was a secret tiebreaker rule.
Who's taller?
And Wade, it was basically in your hands to decide who wins this tiebreaker. And I got bad news for you. The rule was if Wade complains more than 3 separate times about something being unfair towards him in the episode.
Oh, God. Yeah, I wasn't going to win that.
He loses in the event of a tie.
What did I complain about?
There were 4 times that I noted, and they were almost all within the first 20 minutes of the episode where you were complaining about, when we were talking about the Constitution stuff and the wheel spinning. One of them may have been kind of jokingly, but there were 3 pretty serious complaints where you were talking to the subreddit. And
only 3 or 4. That's not bad for me.
I'm sure the subreddit will go and audit this and will have strong arguments and feel very vehemently that I am wrong. And if you do so, subreddit, I just want to warn you, I don't have to read you. I can just leave. I don't have to go over there. I can get my stuff from other parts of the internet that are nice to me.
Should I throw another flag just to put Bob on the spot again?
You got to win it though.
Yeah, no, it has to succeed. They could not possibly say there's something in this episode that needs to be flagged. And before anyone challenges that, congratulations to Mark, who wins in the event of a tie, and congratulations to Wade on the loser speech you're about to give.
Wait, Mark wins in the event of a tie?
Yeah, because of the rule that I was just talking about and how you were complaining.
I dislike that. I want to complain about this. I don't like that rule. I think we should have better rules. I think I complained and the deck was stacked against me to start.
What? I think this qualifies as a complaint.
Exactly. So I can't even complain about the rule without violating the rule, which thereby makes the rule unfair.
Well, it was a secret rule that only took place if we tied, and all you had to do was not complain.
Yeah, but that's who I am. You're like, Wade, don't be you for a day, bitch.
All right, I'm going to count this as your loser speech. You got anything to add as the end of your loser speech?
Ta-da.
Mark, you made a movie and now you won an episode of the world's favorite podcast. Congratulations. Give us a winner speech.
Happy to be at this point. I'm going to be back into normal videos after this. Crazy to think about. I gonna be gearing up to leave, here soon. Gonna take a little bit to visit some family. But I'm this week is it's gonna be weird. I'm just gonna be back to recording. I'm not going into evidence of water's on. Oh God. Why was my leg getting wet? I pissed my pants just in case that I lost. Oh, that was so much water. How long has that been going? This pillow is soaked.
Thank God we don't have 2 more episodes to do today.
It's almost like you're not supposed to hang out in a bathtub with pillows like that.
I don't know when that happened.
The washed man.
All my pants. Oh, you can't see that, but it's all down my pants.
No, if only your camera wasn't an 8-bit.
Oh, no.
If this was in 10-bit, we could see the wetness.
Here, if I stand, can you see it?
Oh, yeah, right there. That thigh. Look at that wet thigh.
Thank you. Anyway, that's my winner's speech, I guess.
Good winner speech, I guess.
You coming to Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we live where your family lives, so that's cool.
If you ever want to see him again, you'll come to Ohio.
We got to do the boat episode. We can get in the hot tub and do the boat episode.
Yeah, we can watch the movie too if you want to see it.
Oh hell yeah! So thank you so much for listening and or watching. Don't forget you can watch these videos only on Spotify. They check out the merch store, Distractible. Oh fuck! I always make fun of you guys for this. Hang on, cut that out. Distractiblestore.com. That's the one. It was just a hitch in my recording. It's fine. I said it real smooth. Go to distractiblestore.com to check out the merch. And Mark is Markiplier online. Wade is Lord Minion 777 or Minion 777. I am Icegerm. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow the podcast, subscribe, click the plus button, whatever, so that you always know when the next episode comes out, because we do a lot of these. Congrats on 2 big wins today, Mark. Big movie win, big episode win. Ed Wade's here too. Good job, buddy.
Damn.
You gotta complain some more?
Yeah, but I'm gonna wait till you end.
Podcast out.
This is bullshit. I hated it. I'm sad. I'm mad. I'm horny. All of the worst emotions.
I want pizza.
That sounds good.
It's because your pants are wet. Makes you want pizza.
It might be connected. I don't know.